Welcome, dear viewers, to Diabetes Hope Channel, the channel where we educate you, motivate you, and encourage you to control your diabetes and probably reverse it. This is the place where you find hope. I am your co-host, Nyambura Madenge, and our host is
Wanjiko Dongo.
Welcome, Wanjiko Dongo, to the channel.
Thank you, Sarah, and also welcome, dear viewers.
Yes, and dear viewers, we turned 1 at the end of June, so we are very happy about that, and we thank God.
Thank you, viewers, for all your support.
Yes.
We really are encouraged.
True.
Please continue subscribing, commenting, sending the videos to your friends.
Yes.
So that by the time you are celebrating 2 years,
Yes.
it will be a great channel.
True.
Yes.
And also, many will have been helped, and our hope is that diabetes is eradicated forever.
Can you imagine? No diabetes in Kenya.
Or the world.
And indeed, this is possible.
True.
If each one of us gets committed
Yeah.
to doing the right things.
True.
Yes.
Good. So, Mwalimu, what do you have for us today?
Today, dear viewers, we want to look at individuals who have successfully adapted the Daniel diet. And they have changed their lives completely for the better.
Wow.
Now, you know, Sarah, in the month of June,
Yes.
we did agree with our viewers
Yes.
to go on a Daniel diet,
Yes, we did.
as portrayed in the book of Daniel in the Bible.
Sure.
Now, this is a diet where Daniel requested to only be allowed to eat vegetables
Yes.
and water for 10 days
Yes.
in order to prove that such a simple diet was superior to the king's rich processed foods.
True.
In the course of my study, I came across a man called Joe Cross, who really inspired my life. Joe Cross has done a documentary, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
What? Fat, sick, and nearly dead.
Yes, and this is a documentary that has been seen by more than 2 million people.
Wow.
Viewers, I would really recommend that you check out this documentary.
Okay, by
Yes.
Joe Cross.
Joe
Fat,
Cross.
sick, and nearly dead.
Yes,
Yeah, sometimes challenges are good because they help us think outside the box.
absolutely. And this was actually the case for Joe Cross.
Okay.
He was only 40 years.
What?
He was a very successful businessman, but he had a serious autoimmune disease.
No.
Now, you can imagine he had enough money
Okay.
to see any doctor he wanted,
True.
and he saw many specialists in the developed world, not Kenya.
Yes, I can imagine.
And all of them had given him a lot of drugs, but none of them
Okay.
could cure his problem.
Okay.
Now, on his 40th birthday, he looked at himself on the mirror, and he could not recognize the person that looked back at him.
Why?
He had changed,
Wow.
and changed a lot. He could not believe this is me. So at that moment, it is what we call the aha moment.
Yeah, like, Yeah.
He knew he had to do something.
Okay.
So you know what he did? He just called himself to a meeting.
I know those moments where you say, I need to sit down with myself
Yeah,
and make a few decisions.
him and himself. He decided, I have to figure this out. And he decided to use logic to analyze the situation.
Wow.
And he thought, surely, there is Mother Nature. And Mother Nature has capacity to heal.
Yes.
So he wondered, When people a long time ago, when there were no hospitals and there were no doctors, how did they survive?
True.
And he visualized that people in the olden days just used to go to the forest, harvest some green herbs,
Yes.
bring them home,
Yes.
clean them, and somehow eat them.
True.
These individuals, they may not have had a scientific knowledge of the very specific ingredients that are in the herbs.
Yes.
And how such herbs could bring healing
True.
to them.
Yeah.
So he decided to use the same wisdom on himself.
Wow.
So you know what he did? He knew it would be difficult for him to pick all those herbs
and just eat
put
them.
them in his mouth. So he decided to get a little more advanced.
Okay.
And he bought a juicer.
Wow.
He decided time to juice.
Okay.
He also decided something else that I found interesting. He also bought a camera.
What for? What has a camera got to do with his autoimmune disease or decision?
He was already in the film industry.
Okay.
And he thought this would be a very interesting film to make.
Ah, like a documentary of himself.
Yes, a documentary of himself drinking juices as he traveled all over the country.
Wow.
Enjoying his life. Yes.
Okay.
So what he decided was to go on a 60 days juicing journey.
Wow.
From town to town with his truck, his camera, and his juicer.
Wow. So he decided to go 60 days on his truck to just go around.
Yes.
Wow. But juicing only, wasn't he going to be hungry?
Juicing only.
What?
He was not worried about being hungry.
Why?
Because in his body, he had accumulated a lot of fat.
Ah.
And through his reasoning, he realized that this was the body's intelligent way of ensuring that he is taken care of when a famine came.
Ah.
But you see, for him, he had money all the time.
True.
Famine never came across his path.
I know. In the last 40 years
For 40
of his
years,
life, yeah,
he had
there was
eaten
no
every
famine.
day, just like we do, every day of his life. And therefore, he just decided to create the famine. So what he was doing with the juices is simply introducing the nutrients the body needed. But if the body needed a lot of energy,
it would get from the storehouses.
Just go back to the fat that he has stored.
Nice.
And that was what he was going to use for energy.
Was he fat by then?
Very fat.
Ah.
That is why the documentary is fat, sick, and nearly dead. So he was fat, he was sick, he was on his way to death.
Wow. Imagine.
But dear viewers, he did not buy a coffin.
He bought a juicer.
He bought a juicer.
Wow.
And I think this is good advice for someone who really thinks that their disease is going to kill them.
True.
Just buy a juicer and be like Joe Cross.
So for 60 days, he decided he was not going to take anything else. Just
nothing
juices.
Nothing else. And not smoothies, juices.
Wow.
And from what he says, he was taking 4 to 6 juices every day.
Wow. Glasses.
Yes, 4 to 6 glasses of juices every day.
Wow. Yes. Nice.
Now, according to him, these juices was like drinking filtered water, which has been filtered by plants, and that water is life.
Oh.
It has antioxidants and micronutrients, which have ability to remove cholesterol from his arteries and veins.
Wow.
Now, this plant filtered water he knew was highly medicinal and it has capacity to remove inflammation from the cells.
Wow.
And this would bring healing to his body.
Nice.
There's one thing he knew.
Okay, which is?
That the damage that was already in his body had taken a lot of time to accumulate. And therefore he knew to heal his body was also going to take
some time.
Quite a bit of time. He gave himself a period of 2 years, within which he believed healing would occur.
Wow. All this went on in his mind and he decided that is what he was going to do.
Yes, he just made these decisions.
Wow.
And personally, I think he was very realistic. 2 years is realistic. Not for some of us who want to get well in a week.
Yes. If I die today, I expect my weight to have gone down tomorrow.
So that was not Joe Cross. He was very realistic.
Good.
So he made a strategy, as Arya said, to take vegetable juices for 60 days.
Okay.
And then add to these vegetable juices other vegetables. Yes.
Like cooked.
Like cooked. While he continued with his juices.
Okay. For 2 years.
For 2 years.
Okay.
And you know what, Sarah? Joe surprised himself.
Really?
In 5 months, after putting himself into what he calls a prison of fruits and vegetables, he lost over 50 kgs and was on no more medications.
Wow. Imagine.
He was well.
Wow.
5 months.
Can you imagine? Of just juicing fruits and vegetables.
Imagine.
He called it a prison. A prison of fruits and vegetables.
A prison of fruits and vegetables.
Juices. Wow.
And in 5 months,
imagine.
His body is no longer broken.
Yeah.
You can imagine how excited he was.
Wow. So what was he juicing?
Mainly vegetables.
He
was juicing 80% vegetables.
Okay.
And 20% fruits.
Wow.
Just to make his juice sweet.
Yeah, because some of those...
Yes. So he says that he used to buy his vegetables from the supermarket. So he didn't even bother going organic. Imagine.
Wow.
And it worked.
Wow. Imagine.
So mainly, he juiced carrots, celeries, pumpkins, spinach, courgettes, kales, lemons, limes, apples, pineapples, anything, anything that could produce juice. He just juiced it.
Wow.
He knew every one of it has a healing property.
Wow.
And he took all of them.
True.
And you know what? After 5 months, he learned something that many of us are yet to learn.
Which is?
That God, in his wisdom, had put so much medicine in the food that he had created.
Wow.
God never imagined us sick.
True.
He expected us to eat the fruits and vegetables
that he had created
in the yarrow state. And it is important to note that this medicine is only available to us if the vegetables are not subjected to heat, which kills their potential to heal us. So in taking these juices, we need not worry about dosages.
Really?
No. Just take enough and let your body heal.
Wow.
Now, for Joe Cross, his challenge was an autoimmune disease.
True.
But what about us, Sarah?
It may be diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and all that.
Fatigue,
Yes.
foot ulcers,
I know.
skin rashes.
Yes, allergies.
And you know what, Sarah? It's interesting to note that all these diseases can be addressed by consistently juicing vegetables and taking them for a very good period of time.
Wow.
Now for Joe Cross, he decided to give himself up to 2 years before he gives up.
Okay.
And it only took him 5 months.
months.
He was not a doctor.
Can you imagine?
He was a simple guy with a complex disease and a head that chose to think different.
True.
How I wish we can have such viewers.
True.
And today, in Diabetes Hope Channel, we wish to encourage all our viewers to trust in the healing power of food to restore what the enemy has stolen, and that is your health.
True.
We believe in less than 6 months, if you are 100% committed to your goals, and you implement the many things that we keep on talking about, within a very short period of time, you too can sing a song of victory.
True.
Victory over the many devastating effects of diabetes. And soon and very soon, you will also give a testimony of what God has done for you. But remember, you need to adhere. And so, dear viewers, we look forward to hearing your testimony soon.
True.
Sarah, can we expect it?
Yes, we will hear. These people are obedient, and I know most of them have been doing it. I know some of them who have posted, who have sent testimonies saying how much weight they have lost and how much changes they have seen in their bodies. So we are going to share all those testimonies.
I'll say amen.
Yes.
And so, dear viewers, for me, I think that's enough for the day.
Good.
So, can I say bye-bye until next time?
Yes. So, thank you very much, Mwalimu, for this lesson. And thank you very much even for other people who have been there before us and have shown us that it works. These things work. And if only we follow them, then it shall work even for us. Because God has given us wisdom, and let us use it. All we can say is thank you very much for your continued support, and from us it's bye-bye and God bless you.